What's going on, people? We are back with another episode of WrestleLogic Unleashed. I'm Reese,
I'm Charlie.
and today we're here to talk about a lot of topics that's happened in the WWE so far. Let's start off with Monday Night Raw, Charlie, and what a Raw it was last night. I mean, you had Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes exchanging words, and also Penta with that match with Pete Dunne and Ludwig Kaiser. What do you think of Raw?
It was a decent Raw, but there was its points where it could have been better, and the best part of Monday Night Raw was the main event because we didn't know when it was going to end, because it was just well worked. And I mean, this could lead to Jade Cargill coming back because she's not actually at the PC Center anymore, so she is scheduled to come back.
Yeah.
So it's hard to say when she will be back, because will she come back to join back with Bianca, or will she give us full logic and full rundown on her part of the attack?
Well, from what I've seen since the attack is, I know the people like Bianca and Naomi are pointing the finger at Liv and Raquel, who I don't think did attack Jade. I believe it was Naomi, but she's covering herself up.
But then there's also something along them lines of maybe it was Bianca, because even though Bianca was in a fight, in a triple threat for qualifying, it could have been her beforehand, and she's just used her wrestling gear to protect herself. But the only one who's going to know the actual story is Jade.
I say Naomi only because why would she become women's tag team champions with Bianca when it was originally Jade and Bianca? And why did she have those dirty looks on her face whenever she was like mentioned?
And also that Naomi also had that massive smile as like a sign of relief when Nick Aldis showed them the bit where Liv and Raquel were walking out of the arena.
Yeah.
And staying with Monday Night Raw, you had the beginning part when Gunther walked through the stadium and saw Akira Tozawa and Alpha Academy
doing their TikTok dances.
Doing their TikTok. But I think that he's scared of Jay because of the aura that Jay's bringing with him, and his audience with him. He's not doing it for himself. He's doing it for the fans that have been there since day one with him.
I haven't even doubted him.
Exactly. I mean, I'm going to say Jay's going to be Gunther.
I verbally believe that Jay's going to do it. And
it's like the whole finish your story last year with Cody.
Yeah.
Cody finally finished his story. This is Jay's moment. He's never going to have a bigger moment in WWE than this. Leading on from the Rumble till now, he's got so much aura about him. He is one of the main baby faces on Monday Night Raw. He brings energy, he brings passion. He's been doing this for 17, 18 years.
14 years.
But yeah, it's gonna be a good fight. But I believe Jay will come out with the victory on that one.
I think if Jay actually pulls it off, the biggest century of the decade, I think, yes, there's been like many world champions before him in his family. You know, you got Roman, Rock,
his dad Rikishi,
and so many others. But this will be a stepping stone for Jay and his story.
He needs this.
He does.
He needs this
to
solidify himself as an all-time great for WWE. He needs this moment, and he will. I think he will thrive in this moment. It will be a very good run for him, because he needs this more than anyone on that roster. He's thrown accusation. He's been so close in all of his title performances. He's showed heart. He showed passion. He showed dedication, blood, sweat, tears, and he kept getting screwed out of it. Now, with their OG bloodline coming back together again, there's no one there that can cost him. This is his time. He needs this now. He won't get a bigger moment than that.
I 100% agree with everything you're saying, and I believe everyone that's a fan of Jay would agree with you.
Like he will never get a bigger moment, a bigger opportunity than this. Winning the Rumble, eliminating the all-time great to win the Rumble, John Cena, during his farewell tour. He's never in a Rumble that big as well. The 5 people that were in that ring, excluding Logan.
It was,
But you had Rock, you had Roman, you had Punk, you had Cena, you had Jey Uso. You're not gonna get a bigger moment in WWE than that. And then for him to go on and actually win the whole thing, where he was an underdog going in because of the likes of Punk, Roman, Cena, AJ Styles coming back.
No,
He was an underdog going into it.
I did have my doubts. You of all people know that I love John Cena. He's like my
Yeah.
all-time favorite wrestler of all time. But as much as I want Cena to win, I believe Jay needed it more. Only
He
because
did.
he was the fresher superstar in that generation.
In that moment.
Yeah. And Cena, yes, of course, it was Cena's farewell tour. It was his final ever Royal Rumble appearance in the ring. But Jay needed that more.
He as I said, he needs this, and this will now give him motivation.
Yeah.
This will give him motivation because Cena showed sportsmanship at the end, where he easily could have just gone out and didn't say anything, but he pulled and hugged Jey Uso and said, like, this is your time now.
Yeah.
You capitalize on this time. Talking of John Cena, he's obviously got his farewell tour.
Yeah.
Have you got any thoughts and opinions on who you think after Elimination Chamber leading up to the end, who he's gonna fight?
Well, going off, not to be biased, but I think Cena is going to win the Chamber and will face Cody at Mania.
I've also said the same thing.
Yeah.
I think Cena will win the Chamber.
Yeah.
But yeah, carry on with your.
So once he wins the Chamber and faces Cody at Mania, I think he will win his 17th at Mania, and I think he'll carry that probably until like mid-August, mid-September time.
Talking of the Cody Rhodes Cena thing that we're talking about, do you think it will be a heel Cody where he sells his soul to the final boss, or do you think it will be a face Cody that we've got now?
See, I'm stuck on like, is Cody gonna turn?
That's what I mean.
Because he's been so loved and he's supported the fans since he's made his return back to WWE. Yes, he was a heel in WWE before he left the company.
He was also a heel when he left WWE, when he joined AEW, when he went to the dark side.
Yeah. But I can't see Cody doing that because he had a great cinematic storyline with The Rock last year at last year's Mania with Roman and Seth involved. And I honestly can't see him turning, because why would he just sell his soul to a man that pretty much belted him and was bleeding on the floor?
Yeah,
and made
slagging off his mum.
Yeah, exactly.
I know that they're now like all of them are friends and whatever,
Yeah.
but this is something for Cody to think about properly,
It
because even Seth said, "Don't make me regret helping you."
Yeah.
And that segment alone in itself showed passion and how much passion and love Seth had for Cody.
I
So
mean,
by him selling his soul to The Rock, it wouldn't make sense, because why would have he asked for Seth's help if he was just going to turn? But he's got too much. He's still too loved by the fans to turn. He's carrying SmackDown. He's carrying the title. Yet he's got a target on his back. He knows. Damian Priest, target on his back, because he's another one who could easily just snap that title and take it away from Cody, because he's also a loved person in WWE. From where he came from to now, everybody loves Damian.
He's really grown into this mature superstar.
You've also got the likes of Seth that can just take the title, because that man knows what he's doing. He knows how to do it. He'll just get in your head. Hence, he done last year with The Rock and Roman last year. He got into their head.
He's a mastermind.
You've also got Punk. He knows what it's like to win. Even though you know how much I hate him, I can't
You can't
I
deny
can't
his...
deny how good he is. Like, he knows how to wrestle. He knows what he's doing. He knows how to juggle things together. But with Punk, with this chamber, is he going to call for his favor?
Ooh. See, that might come into play. Because I think if Cena does win and does go to Mania, Punk could easily do a Thanos and just click his fingers for Paul Heyman to say, put me in the match. I want a triple threat.
Yeah, but then say he was to do that and Cena was to win. Say it was Seth that got rid of Punk. Surely he would want to go back after Seth, so he would call his favor for Heyman for that, but then Roman will get added because of the hatred and what Seth done to Roman in the Rumble. Because Roman's going to be coming back gunning for Seth.
I believe that Roman will probably pull Shawn Michaels and invade the chamber match, attack Seth, setting up for Mania, Seth versus Roman. And would it be eventually time for Roman to actually get his losing streak ended by beating Seth at WrestleMania? Because Seth had more wins than Roman when they've been 1-on-1.
Yeah, but then you've also got to think, like, is it going to be at the end where Roman will show up, or do you think it will be Roman showing up and just getting in the chamber, spearing Seth, and then leaving?
Or you could take someone out and then be like the mystery sixth man to be in the match.
He could do that, but I don't think it would be wise for him to do that because he's too big of a superstar to be added to a elimination chamber, and they've said they don't want him to lose.
And he recently just turned babyface.
Exactly. So why would they bring him back to put in a chamber for him to lose?
Yeah.
It wouldn't make any sense. But there's so many other competitors after WrestleMania if Cena does get and break Ric Flair's record. You can say he will have Punk in his farewell tour.
Punk is definitely going to be one of his rivals.
You can say Randy.
But from what I've read, is that there's been a list of names of Cena he wanted to face during his World Tour. You've got Punk, Jacob Fatu. He wants Braun Strowman. I believe Randy again, and I think he wants Seth and Roman one more time. He wants to release some old rivalries, but also introduce new rivalries.
They give upcoming superstars something to thrive from.
That's it.
Say if Jacob Fatu was to go on and beat John Cena, that would be something to elevate him as a superstar, solidify him in WWE.
Yeah.
He even though he's got the capabilities of becoming one of the best in WWE, he's still got so much more potential to show. You're only seeing the starts of Jacob.
Yeah.
And reports of what I've read is at WrestleMania they're eyeing up and putting on the cards Jacob versus Solo.
I can see that happening.
And I can see it happening, but is Jacob going to go in a heel or is he going to go in a face?
See, there's been a lot of people saying that Solo is the one to turn face and join OG Bloodline again, which I can't see that happening because why would all of a sudden Jacob and Roman fight over the Ulafala, which Roman won, to then turn babyface and rejoin Roman's bloodline again? It wouldn't make any sense.
No, and I get that, but I personally think it would be easier to turn Jacob face. Leave Solo a heel because he knows he knows what he's doing. Turn Jacob face, because the crowd love him.
Yeah,
the crowd love him.
Even though
he knows how to cut a backstage promo before any fight. Hence, he cut Solo off. So that could be the start of something there. And plus, he then super kicks Solo. Yeah, Damian Priest moved out the way, but again,
it's causing tension.
Yeah, exactly. This happened in the OG Bloodline the first time when Roman speared Solo.
Yeah.
So we've seen this happen so many times in WWE, but at the end of the day, it all leads to something. Leading into it, you've got the likes of Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. There's so much tension there, the same as before.
Speaking of A-Town Down Under, will Austin turn? Do you think he's going to turn face?
I do. I believe he's going to turn because He's been the one taking the bumps, taking the hits, taking this, taking that.
Even last night he
He
yeeted
yeeted with Jay. And then obviously Grayson Waller got super kicked. That's the first thing he's taken instead of putting Theory in front of him to take the bump for him.
Yeah.
But even when you with NXT Vengeance Day, when it was a triple threat against Obafemi, Austin Theory could have won. He could have been NXT
If it weren't for Grayson.
if it wasn't for Grayson pulling the referee out of the ring at a 2 count. If they're much of a tag team as they say they are, surely you'd want to see your best friend thrive.
Exactly.
You wouldn't want to be a burden on his back. You'd let him win.
Well, you know how much I hate Austin Theory. I can't stand him for a passion. But I believe that since A10 Down Under got together, Grayson Waller has used Austin Theory, and Johnny Gargano told him this when they're in the feud on SmackDown, and he's told Austin Theory, he's using you, you just don't see it. And now I think Austin,
I think he's starting to
realise it,
because Grayson coming from NXT and he wanted to have someone by his side, just to who knows what it's like to be in the main part of WWE, Raw, SmackDown, someone who's won mid-card titles, someone who has beat John Cena at WrestleMania. He used him for his profile, his standard in WWE. He hasn't done it for himself. He's just used Theory, and I think Theory's now I think he's finally come to his way of, now this is my time. It's not all about you. It's my time. I'm going to do whatever I want. But you can see he's slowly got face turned in him, because every time he's in the crowd, he's interacting with fans, and stuff like that. So it's coming, but it's the matter of time of when it's going to happen, because WWE like leading it out, and hence with Otis and Chad Gable, they left that so long for it to happen.
Yeah.
SmackDown, well, at the Rumble, you had a surprise entrance that no one knew about, was Alexa Bliss.
Yeah, because there was reports of her saying apparently she wasn't going to be there.
Yep. She's now obviously solidified herself back in the company, making a name for herself, getting back to the Alexa that we all know, where she can win titles, she can main event Mania, she can do anything she wants. But is she going to get the backing of the Wyatt Six?
Well, there have been a lot of glitches for the last 2 weeks. I think the Wyatt Six want Alexa back, like, in the group, but I think it's going to take time for her to eventually be part of the group again, because at the minute I think she just wants to go solo and put on a performance.
I mean, obviously everyone, well, you personally know how much I love Alexa.
Mm-hmm.
It would make sense for her to join the Wyatt Six because of what the work that she done with Bray, the work that she can do on her own, which she has proved that she can do on her own. Hence, the last time we saw her was against Bianca, and it cut to a playground. It left everyone on a cliffhanger of like, what's going to happen next? No one knew. But it would make sense because the work that she can do, plus Nikki Cross has also been a former tag team partner of Alexa. So it could help in a way of her getting back doing what she loves doing. She loves the work that the Wyatt Six can do because she's done that. She can help elevate that group to another standard, in my opinion. But she's now qualified for the Chamber with 5 other women.
The question is she going to win it? Do you think?
I don't think she's going to win it.
As much as you hate that pain.
As much as it pains me to say, because I love Alexa, I think it's going to be Bianca Belair.
See, I'm going to go on a lower route and say it's going to be Bayley.
See, the only reason I say it's going to be Bianca is because she's going to think to herself, I know I attacked Jade. I'm going to go in and go against Rhea. I'm going to go one step higher than what you can.
Would you think Jade would get involved in the Chamber? Of course.
She can get involved, but is she going to go for Bianca, or is she going to hold it out if it was Bianca?
Or is she going to go for Naomi?
Or is she going to hold it out and be like, oh, I'm friends, and then bang, she'll do something.
it could make it look like she's looking at Liv.
But
and
also throwing a curveball out, it might not be Jade that comes back. It could be Becky Lynch.
Yeah, it could be.
Because her and Rhea have had past feuds in the past.
Yeah.
And every match they've had has been, quoting off Sheamus, a banger.
Off the banger, yeah.
Exactly. So it would be nice for them to do it one more time. But what I really want to see happen is Alexa versus Rhea.
That would be match
Because
in the
you've
making.
got Alexa, who has won everything in WWE, the first woman to hold both titles on both brands, elevating her career there as a great of WWE and an up and coming great in Rhea. So that will be a match that everybody'd want to see. Yeah, it will be a David versus Goliath.
Yeah.
Because Rhea's taller than Alexa, but it will be power for power. Rhea's got power because she can see her muscly, but Alexa knows what she's doing.
Yeah.
So, but then would that be the starts of the Wyatt Six? If it was Alexa was to win, go after Rhea, she's gonna lose at Mania, and then it glitches out, goes dark. Uncle Howdy's standing in there.
Who would Rhea's backup be? Because she can't have Damien because they're on separate shows. Maybe Jay, but Jay be focused on the world title.
That's what I mean. But it could be something. Because it might not be Uncle Howdy standing there, it could be Nikki Cross.
Yeah.
And that's when you could see Io Sky.
Damage Control.
Helping Rhea.
Yeah.
Because obviously Survivor Series War Games.
Yeah.
They all know how to work with each other. But I personally think there's two potential for me to win the Chamber. One of them is Alexa, and the other one is Bianca. Because it will be a match of mass muscle between them two.
I'm sticking with Bayley because I think she's...
Well, you think she's going to main event WrestleMania for the second year on the trot?
I wouldn't say main event, but I do think she will face Rhea because I think the main event is probably going to be... It's going to be a woman, and I'm not being biased, but I reckon Tiffany and Charlotte.
Well, yeah, but you got night 2, night 1. So Tiffany could be night 1, night 2.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
Well, we all know Jey Uso is going to be a main event.
He's going to be night 2 main event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll just have to wait and see. But then you could also throw another curveball in there, though, to win the Rumble. It's a rogue shot by Roxanne Perez.
You mean win the Chamber?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roxanne, she has shown her potential at the moment.
She has, yeah. But,
I mean, it'll be a bit of a hard one to say because obviously people that have watched NXT know what Roxanne's capable of doing, but no one's actually seen her do it on the main roster where there's bigger superstars.
There is, and she's currently in a feud with Bayley, which if Bayley don't win, then I can see Bayley versus Roxanne at WrestleMania.
Because it could be the whole Logan Paul saga that happened last year at the Chamber.
Oh, with Randy.
Where Bayley can eliminate Roxanne, should take a long while to get out, and then just go after Bayley, do her finisher, cost her the chance to go and face Rhea. Someone else picks up the pin, like Naomi or someone like that, pick up the pin, she's gone.
Yeah.
It's that quick because there's so many rivalries in there. You're obviously going to have Naomi and Bianca going after Liv because obviously what they've been told they've done to their friend, and also claiming the women's titles on Raw on Monday.
Yeah.
So there's that rivalry. Then you got Roxanne, but then also in that with Liv, Alexa, because Alexa got eliminated by Liv, but there was also a feud before that.
Mm-hmm.
So it is what it is.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like there's just rivalries in there, but it makes sense.
Yeah.
To have them 6 in there. It wouldn't have made sense to have Raquel in there.
No, it wouldn't make sense.
Because if it's down to Raquel and Liv, what's going to happen? It wouldn't make sense. What, is Raquel just going to pull off a New Day and try and lay down on the floor and pick up the win?
Yeah.
it wouldn't make any sense. So to not have her in there, Liv's got no security. Liv can get in, Raquel can get involved, but it's only when someone's eliminated that she can get involved. Because is she going to be in the pod or is she going to start? Who do you think the two superstars who are going to start the chamber, and who's going to be in the pod?
I reckon start off will probably be, I'd say Liv and probably going to go with Naomi maybe.
But would they put Liv at the start or would they put her in the pod because of how big she's become recently? As much as I pain to say it, because I don't like Liv.
Or it could be Roxanne and Naomi that starts off. And then you can have like Bianca coming out at 3, Bailey coming out at 4, Liv at 6, and
Alexa
at
5.
5, yeah.
See, I think it's going to be Roxanne and Naomi starting. Because Naomi's got the career behind her of WWE. Roxanne's up and coming. So it'll be, okay, I'll work with you at the start. See what's going on. But is there going to be any stunts involved? Last year you had Tiffany.
Yeah.
Putting off stunts, flips and stuff. Do you think we'll get a Twisted Bliss from the top of a pod?
I'm hoping we do. That'd be great. I would love to see that.
I mean, she knows what she's doing. She's done it before.
Yeah, she did.
But could it? Do you think it will be Twisted Bliss off top of the pod to the outside, or Twisted Bliss off the pod to the inside?
I mean, either way, it's both gonna hurt. So.
But is she ready to take a bump like that?
I mean, just coming back as well. I mean, she's had a baby.
But she's been training properly for it though.
She has, yeah.
And also, talking of the chamber, unsanctioned fight.
I was
Sammy,
just about
Kevin.
to get there with you, yeah.
What do you think's going to happen? Give us your rundown on what you think's going to happen.
Well, with the history behind Sammy and Kevin, they've been best friends since when they first got into wrestling, like into training everything. You know, we're talking about two best friends who've been at each other's birthday parties and weddings. And Sammy was Kevin's best man. Kevin was Sammy's... Sammy married? No, he's not married, isn't he?
Sammy's married.
He is married.
Yes.
Yeah, so Kevin was Sammy's best man. And so they have a lot of history. But recently, this is bigger than throughout the history of their rivalry it's been. It's gone down to the point now where Kevin pretty much wants Sammy dead. He's trying to kill Sami Zayn. And Sammy said...
It's going to take a lot for you to kill me.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know where this is going to lead to, because I really want Sammy to get revenge on Kevin.
I can also see nothing actually happening. No one's going to win.
Or it'll be like a no contest.
Yeah, I think I can see that. Only because I can see Randy getting involved.
Randy can come back and he could punt kick Kevin.
Kevin is unsanctioned. No one can do anything.
Nope.
So if Kevin wants to wrap a chair around Sammy and just go to town, he can.
Head for head.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But who do you see winning? If there is a winner.
I want to say Sammy. My heart is saying Sammy, but my gut is telling me Kevin. So
see, I do feel that. I do feel that.
Yeah.
But again, though, Sammy's so much of a high caliber superstar. They can't let it end like this. So, do you think we will see some of the OG bloodline help Sammy? Because they also hate Kevin. And then
also,
to help Sammy with the OG bloodline, is this where we're going to see a new faction form with Drew McIntyre and Kevin?
Could happen because they're both now on SmackDown.
And obviously, Drew has hatred for the OG bloodline and Sammy.
Yeah.
Kevin has hatred for the bloodline and Sammy, only because his hatred for Sammy comes that he didn't help Cody. He didn't help Kevin win the title against Cody. But he did. If you look at it properly, he did. He was there in the corner asking Kevin if he was okay, if he was alive, if he was still breathing, because he just saw him sandwiched in the ladder.
Yeah, tears in his eyes.
Exactly. He was crying because he thought his best friend was dead.
Yeah.
Because it looked like it.
And Kevin took all of that as if like you didn't help me win over a championship match.
Exactly.
Like I don't understand
If
it.
you relive the actual like the fight with Kevin and Cody, Sammy was the first one out asking Kevin if he was okay, asking Cody if he was okay. He didn't want to get involved, but for your own friend's health and well-being, you're going to back your friend. Yeah, he didn't get involved and like throw Cody off the ladder. That's not his job. That's not his job to do. He was there seeing if Kevin was okay.
And also putting out there as well, he's on the fence, Sammy, because his best friend in the world is Kevin, but he's also friends with Cody.
Exactly.
So
So he was on the fence, but he was just asking both of them if they're okay.
Yeah.
Because that fisherman suplex that Kevin done to Cody, it looked like Cody broke his neck.
Yeah.
And whatever else, and he was asking both of them if they were okay, but he was more concerned for Kevin because Kevin looked like he was dead. Like he had blood pouring out everywhere. He landed on his neck.
Which I thought he broke. I literally thought he broke his neck. I thought, oh, that's it. Cody's out for a foreseeable amount of time. But he pulled back. He pulled through, and he won.
He won, but it wasn't the way that Kevin done it. So now he's decided to take his hatred out on Sammy for not helping him win. But how could Sammy have picked him up, put him in the ring, and climbed the ladder when he couldn't even stand up? So it wouldn't have made sense.
No.
Like, what did Kevin want from Sammy?
That's it.
But this is why I said, could you see Drew McIntyre coming in and helping Kevin? And that's where we're going to see Jimmy come out.
I can see that. I don't see Jay getting involved because he's too focused on Gunther.
That's why I said Jimmy. Because he's the only... Because Drew's going to... If Jimmy gets involved, we know Drew's coming because Drew's going to be angry at Jimmy because of Jimmy beating Drew on SmackDown.
Yeah.
Before. So... And he's been a thorn in Sammy's side. Sammy's never beaten Drew.
No.
In his career. So it's like... Whatever that... I think that match is going to be a good one. But are they both going to be 100%?
Well, we know Sammy's not going to be 100%.
Kevin don't even look like he's 100% either.
But at this point, do they really care?
Exactly.
100%.
It's going to be... We're both either going to both end our career now or we're both going to die. Because Sammy... We've seen Sammy before against Roman. He doesn't give up. He doesn't quit.
No, he's got a lot of heart.
Gunther was the other one at WrestleMania. The chops, the kicks, everything that Sammy was taking, he got up and just carried on like nothing happened. But he was in severe pain.
He was. But he pulled through and he won. He dethroned Gunther at WrestleMania.
Exactly.
So anything can happen at Elimination Chamber. The question is, who is going to get the job done?
Exactly. That's for all of us to find out. If you have your say on it, leave it in the comments. Talking of it, you've also got Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus.
Trishy time and Tiffy time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Versus Nia and Candice. That surprised me a lot, considering how Trish left the company as a heel, but now she's come back as a face to help Tiffany, but Tiffany's still a heel.
I don't know. I can see her turning face.
But at the moment, she's still a heel.
Yeah.
So yeah, but that tag team come out of absolute nowhere. This fight's come out of nowhere. I know it's in Trish's hometown, so everyone knew she was gonna be on the card, but I didn't expect her to actually be in the ring, helping Tiffany against these two.
I think this is just gonna be I wouldn't say a squash match, but it's gonna be a match where we just know Tiff and Trish are gonna win.
Yeah, we all say they're gonna win, but it could also throw a curveball in. Is this where if they lose, is Nia gonna turn on Candice because they just lost? Because it's all gonna be about Nia. This tag team is about Nia. Candice delivers her own bit, but the power and everything else comes through Nia.
Candice is pretty much Nia's bitch in the group.
Exactly. And that's a tag team that don't really like benefit anyone.
That's not a diss at any Candice fans out there.
Or Nia.
I'm just saying.
It was a weird one when they put it together. And talking of weird, we've got Chad Gable trying to find someone.
Oh, trying to find the arts of Lucha Libre.
Exactly. Like
Who is this mystery man that he's gone to see?
exactly whose number did Dominic give him?
See, a lot of people saying it could be Aleister Black because where he got released from AEW, he's on the verge of coming back to WWE.
But he's worked with luchadors.
Yeah, it could be him.
He's never mastered Lucha Libre.
No.
So it's someone who's a master of Lucha Libre, who knows Dominic, of all people. Dominic knows this person. He's got this person's number. He said to Chad Gable, call that number.
See, just on the top of my head, this might be a really silly answer, but what if it's Ultimo Dragon? Because if you think of it, he's a luchador. He knows everything about Lucha Libre. What if it's Ultimo Dragon?
Could be Chavo Guerrero. Rogue Shout. It could be. Because of the likes of Eddie.
Oh, yeah.
Ray.
And connections with Dominic.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It could be. I don't think
be.
it will be.
No,
but
yeah.
it's a decent shout, if I say so myself.
Yeah.
But that's also something that's been left on a cliffhanger.
That has.
Because he's also said to the Creed brothers and Ivy, when he comes back, I want gold. I want to see gold.
Yeah. Which leads into next week.
The Creed brothers had the chance, but they disqualified themselves
They screwed
against
up
the War
themselves.
Raiders. Exactly.
They
And
had it on thin ice. They had it on thin ice. And they messed it all up.
Exactly. Ivy, she fouled against Dakota for Lyra's Intercontinental title, which then she got involved last night after the fight happened and attacked Lyra. But personally, I think Lyra's going to have the edge over Ivy.
I can't see Lyra losing the title so quickly because she just recently won it. She needs a good run with the title.
Exactly. So, American made are not going to have any gold.
No.
The only gold they'll have is Chad Gable's Olympic medal, which he's trying to take off of Kurt Angle. He's trying to be the new Kurt Angle.
Which you hate.
Which I hate because Kurt Angle is my greatest of all time.
Yeah.
But you can't disregard Chad Gable's ability in the ring.
No.
It's just unfortunate that he can't beat luchadors.
And that's his own problem.
He is the only one who can sort this problem out. Hence, he's talking to someone, but we don't know who.
And when will
But it's got to be someone well known.
It has to be.
It can't just be a jobber.
It wouldn't make sense to be a job. It's got to
Like
be
Sin
someone.
Cara or something. You can't be that.
But knowing WWE, they're probably going to pull off something stupid and it's going to be like someone like Santos Escobar.
Probably.
Knowing WWE.
Talking of luchadors, Penta.
What? What a debut he's had. I mean, he's come into a new environment. His first time ever being in WWE, and he's put on an amazing run so far. He's been before last night. He was undefeated. He's been the likes of Ludwig Kaiser.
He's still unbeaten in singles competition.
Technically, yeah, he didn't get pinned.
Exactly.
Yeah, so he's beaten the likes of Pete Dunne, Ludwig Kaiser, Chad Gable, and I reckon, and he was one of the fifth that lasted longer than the Royal Rumble.
The main thing about Penta is his entrance just gets better and better every week.
Oh, I love his entrance. I've been trying to do his walk.
No, but his entrances just they're adding little things into his entrances every week. And every week his entrance just keeps getting better. If it's not pyro, it's lighting. If it's not lighting, it's something else. There's always something with his entrances that just amaze people. Yeah. And he's doing all this and he's got to where he is now with a torn bicep. He's never had his bicep fixed.
No. And it's amazing how he's just like shrugs it off. Like,
he just works out in the gym like with a torn bicep, lifting weights, carrying on. It's like, how have you done that with not getting? How he tore his bicep was he got kicked, and he
was that during AEW?
No, someone kicked him and tore his bicep.
Oh, wow.
And he's never got it fixed because he didn't want to be out of wrestling for so long. So he just worked through it.
That goes to show as well like how much heart and how much passion he has for wrestling.
Exactly. But there was a botch at the Rumble. Penta should have been eliminated because both feet did touch the floor.
Yeah.
But WWE let it slide because it was just too quick to get rid of him.
Yeah.
But I do see him and Ray having a one-on-one, because he's come out and said
it needs
he's
to
come
happen.
out and said that before Ray retires or anything, he wants to have a fight with Rey Mysterio.
That is a WrestleMania worthy match in my opinion as well.
But at the moment, it's not going to happen because
No.
it's a face and a face.
No,
I
unless
think
they turn Penta heel, 'cause I can't see Ray ever turning a heel.
I can see Ray turning heel.
You can.
I can see it, because it's always him doing the work for LWO. It happened before when Eddie had LWO. He was doing the work and then he went heel.
Oh yes.
So it can happen, but at the moment, I think it's too late into Ray's career for him to turn heel,
No.
because the fans just love him.
He's at the time that
Even
way.
if he was to turn heel, the fans are still going to love him because he's an all-time great. So
Yeah.
it just wouldn't make any sense.
It wouldn't, no.
But I see Penta turning heel if WWE managed to put off the strings and get Ray Phoenix.
That happens. We get the Lucha Bros. That'd be amazing.
That would be probably the best thing to ever, a tag team to ever grace WWE.
I mean, if they can pull off getting Motor City Machine Guns, one of the greatest tag teams in TNA history, then they can pull off getting Ray Phoenix with Penta.
Exactly. Talking of the Motor City Machine Guns, Street Profits. What's going on with them? Are they heel? Are they face? What's going on?
Well, since the Royal Rumble, we saw it was Motor City Machine Guns versus DIY, 2 out of 3 falls.
It was 1-1.
You won one, and then Street Profits
They hit
came
Skull and Bones.
in. Skull and Bones, yeah.
Was about to win. Street Profits come out with Black Hoodies and a crutch.
I think Street Profits trying to figure out who still attacked them, because they get a lot of names thrown out that a lot of names thrown out that it was Los Garza,
Pretty Deadly.
Pretty Deadly.
DIY.
But I believe it was DIY, and only because they wanted to get the titles back,
Exactly.
and they used Pretty Deadly to cover them up, and it's now led to an all-out brawl, and yeah,
It's just like, it's a weird one to comprehend, because you've gone from being Street Profits that everybody knew and loved to now a Street Profits where we don't know if you're a heel or a face, or you just want to find answers, and the answers are the tag titles.
well, with this new persona that is apparently going around with Street Profits, before they used to dance around, have a good time, put on a show for the fans. Now they're there for just business and strictly business.
But that was the last thing they got told by Bobby Lashley before Bobby Lashley went to AEW.
Yeah. So I think they're taking his advice and stop with this dancing, stop all this nonsense, go out there and show why you're the best tag team on SmackDown.
Exactly, but are they the best tag team on SmackDown?
Well, they haven't won the tag title since, was it SummerSlam 2023 when they faced the Usos?
Yes.
Yeah. So they've been out of the title picture for quite a while. And I think they do deserve another title run, because I still believe, hands down, they're one of the best tag teams on the brand. But I think they need to prove, not just to themselves, but to everybody else, why they're on SmackDown and why they deserve to
Be elevated.
be elevated into
Given that chance to run with the title
That's it, yeah.
and stuff like that. But it's only down to them to be able to strictly handle their business.
And now they don't have B-Fab in their corner. It's just them two strictly themselves again.
Exactly. B-Fab's trying to make a name for herself.
Yeah, exactly.
Talking of B-Fab and Mitchin, you've got them two going after Chelsea's mid-card title of the United States.
Women's United States, yeah.
What do you think about it? What's your thoughts on it?
I reckon that Chelsea's run has been great so far, as much as I'm not really keen on Chelsea. And I still see her as a jobber, but she's put on the performance and she's done really well. She's only winning because she's got Piper Niven in the corner.
I was about to get there.
And
She's only had this much of a long run
because of Piper, yeah.
She would have lost to Mitchin.
If it weren't for
Was it
Piper.
last week on SmackDown?
2 weeks ago, I think it was.
When they had their rematch and she cashed it in.
I think it
said
was,
this was going to be her last
it
chance.
was either last week or I can't remember. It was either last week.
Are
or 2
they
weeks
leading
ago.
up to a fatal four-way for
What?
the United States?
What?
Piper finally turning on Chelsea because the way Chelsea's being with Piper.
You know
You're
what?
my security. There's only going to be so much for her to take before she's like, I want to make a name for myself.
Piper's been in this position before. Before Chelsea, she had Eva Marie when she was Doudrop. She was doing all the dirty work for Eva, and you know she was classed as like, oh, you're not talented, you know, you're not this, you're not that. When really she is one of the most toughest women I've ever met, not met but seen. Before WWE, she was in ICW, the Scottish promotion.
Where Drew come from?
She was known as Viper back in the day, and she was one of the best women's champions in that brand.
Exactly. She's got potential, but it's only going to be a matter of time before she says, you know what, I want to make a name for myself, and the only way I can make a name for myself is if I do this, and then she just turns on Chelsea.
It's going to come to that point where I think it's going to happen.
Because she's going to win that title, because she's not actually won a main title in WWE yet. And it's only going to be a matter of time before she gets given that opportunity, and I can see that opportunity coming out of WrestleMania.
It could, but I also
I don't think it'll be WrestleMania this year.
Maybe in 42.
Next year in New Orleans.
Maybe.
Because that stadium has been seen with WrestleMania before, when we had the Hulk Hogan, Shawn Michaels, Mankind.
The Daniel Bryan story.
Yeah. Is that going to be the story of Piper?
It might be.
Because obviously we've had Kofi Mania. We've had Cody finish his story. We're hopefully going to get Jay to finish his story.
Yeah.
Who's it going to be next? Who needs to finish their story? You got to say Piper is one of them, because she's been treated differently to how other women wrestlers have been treated. Like, they give Chelsea the title, why not Piper?
That's true.
Why the only reason they give Chelsea the title is because she likes moaning about everything, and when things don't go her way.
She's a Karen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really make sense for her to. It made sense for her to get it because she can make a name for herself. But you're disregarding the person she has in her corner.
Yeah.
And the other one who deserves a name for herself, who is very, very talented, Michin.
Michin, very, very talented. Yeah.
We don't know what B-Fab's actually like properly because we've not seen much of her. She's been more of a manager when she was with Hit Row, and she's been the manager with the Street Profits. So we've not really seen so much of her to be able to throw her into the title fray, because
I don't think she's ready yet, in my opinion.
Exactly. The only one who's ready is either Piper or Michin.
I'm going to throw another name in there. Recently moved to SmackDown, Zelina Vega. She possibly could be in the United States Championship picture.
She has to be, because she's one of the top stars of the women's part of the mid-card side that deserves a title shot.
Yeah.
But it's like WWE have a vision, and they strictly stayed to that story, and it's like, we need to work out this, that and the other before we make this and that happen. Like, it also come out of nowhere. Undertaker, Shawn Michaels announcing Triple H into Hall of Fame. He didn't even know anything about it.
He was like startled. He didn't know what to say.
But he also got his own back on Undertaker when he announced Michelle McCool into the Hall of Fame. As like, if you do this to me, I'm doing this to you. Yeah. Talking of the Hall of Fame, who do you think the possible inductees are alongside the main event, Triple H and Michelle McCool?
So I'd love for Bray Wyatt to be inducted, but I think it's still too early. As much as I love him and I miss him.
I'm gonna throw a random shout out here, but could you see Cena getting inducted into the Hall of Fame? It is technically his farewell tour, so he still can get inducted. Happened to Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio got inducted into the Hall of Fame,
and he's still currently on the roster.
And he got inducted into the Hall of Fame the night after he had a fight with his son.
Yeah. I mean,
also, are they finally gonna induct Batista into the Hall of Fame? He's still not in the Hall of Fame. No. He had his chance to get into the Hall of Fame. Yeah. But COVID hit.
It did, yeah.
Because he was the main event of that year. So is this his year? Are they finally going to give him what he wants?
Maybe. It could happen.
Like, there's so many candidates out there that can go in. But who do you think is your next 3 or 4?
Okay, so for my next 3 or 4, obviously we know that Triple H.
Well, we don't know if it's going to be 3 or 4, but I'm assuming it's going to be 3 or 4.
Well, so let's just say...
Cover yourself if it's... So if it's 4, you've covered yourself. If it's 3, you've not covered yourself.
I'm going to go out with...
So you know 2.
Yeah, so we know Michelle and Trips are going to be in it. But for my next 4, again, like I said, Bray, I would love him to be in there. Umaga, it's another name that I would love to see. But obviously with the women as well, I'd probably say Ivory. I don't think she's been inducted yet.
No, I don't think she has either.
No.
Let us know if she is inducted.
Yeah.
And he's made himself look stupid.
Yeah, just let you know. But if Ivory's not inducted, hasn't been inducted, then I would put Ivory in there. And then for my fourth, who hasn't been inducted yet? I might go with The Rock. It might be a really stupid shout, but
Oh, you're going the same way as I have with Cena.
yeah, I'm gonna go with The Rock only because he's pretty much done everything he has, and yes, he's the direct. He's the
superstar's boss.
yeah. He's the board. He's part of TK's board of directors.
He is the superstar's boss.
Yeah.
It's confirmed. But
And it would pretty much make sense of him going, you know what, I'm the boss. I'm going to put myself I'm going to induct myself in the Hall of Fame.
I can see that happening.
Because he
But
can do what he wants.
my four, obviously you've got the two. My third would be Cena because he deserves it.
Mm-hmm.
For the women, it could be anybody. It literally could be anybody. But I think the question for you, has China been inducted by herself and not as a group? Because I know she got inducted into it when she was part of DX, but has she actually been?
Don't think she has. Not solo. I don't think
If
she
it's
has.
solo, then I think she deserves it
Yeah.
because she's elevated the women's division to
Yeah.
where it is now. First ever woman to win a men's title. First ever woman to enter a men's Royal Rumble and eliminate someone.
Yeah.
Um,
First
but-
ever men's Intercontinental champion as a woman.
Exactly. First, as I said, first women to do that. So I think second was Beth Phoenix to eliminate Great Khali.
Oh, yeah.
After, if not China, then Stephanie McMahon.
Quite possibly. Yeah.
If also another candidate out there, Lita.
I think she's already been inducted.
Again,
I don't know.
if she hasn't, then
But again,
a
that's
very
Yes.
big superstar to put in. My random one, how you were with The Rock. My random one is Mike Tyson
Okay, why Mike Tyson?
because he's been in the WWE with DX.
Yeah.
He had a good run in WWE when he was part of it, and it's just the fact of he's a great. So because they done it with Muhammad Ali last year.
Oh, yeah. He might be in like the Warrior Awards.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it could be him. But on a serious note, I agree with you when you said Umaga. Umaga does
He does
deserve it
deserve it.
because his legacy is getting undershined
Yeah.
because he's part of the bloodline, but his videos and his fights were like people to look at and watch. But if you think his son Zilla has even said and heard stories on how good and how kind he was, but he just got overshadowed because he was a heel. But again, coming from your own son, is that when we could see Zilla possibly coming into WWE if he was to induct his dad into the Hall of Fame?
It could happen, and then maybe
Because the same thing happened with IRS. His sons, Bo and Bray, they went in down the wrestling road because of their dad.
Yeah.
Zilla's got involved with wrestling because of his dad. He wants to keep his dad's legacy going. So it would make sense. If he was to get inducted, it has to be Zilla that inducts him. I wouldn't have anyone induct him than him.
Yeah.
Joe Tessitore. Views and opinions on him being main star commentary for SmackDown, as SmackDown is your brand. Because my
think
brand's on the great side over here. We've got Pat McAfee and Michael Cole yeeting every Monday and just going wild and nuts.
I reckon Joe's done the right. Like since he's made his like official like debut on when he was part of the Raw commentary team before the
With Michael Cole.
yeah, He did alright. Like, I think he was nervous, but I think he's doing alright on commentary. But now he's got like Wade Barrett next to him doing the X Play X. He's done alright, but I think he could learn a lot more under Michael Cole's wing, because he can teach him like what to call, what to say, and
I mean, you just got to try. He's basically just got to try and make a career for himself instead of getting advice from Michael Cole, who's been there for like 20 years
the
plus.
voice of WWE.
Exactly. Make a name for yourself, solidify yourself in the way you want to be solidified by someone.
Yeah.
But for me, he's done a very good job.
Yeah.
Coming in, being the main broadcaster on SmackDown, that's not something easy to take on. He may have done commentary and stuff like news reporting and stuff, because otherwise they wouldn't have appointed you, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But he's done very well solidifying the shoes on SmackDown, because over the years SmackDown have had good commentary teams. But for me, to get put in that position, he's handled that position very, very well.
Yes, yeah.
Because at the point you've had Michael Cole going over to SmackDown. Obviously, he will become the main man, but Joe done very, very well working with him.
Yes, yeah.
But now it's time for him to shine and time for him to elevate himself to where he wants to be, to like make a name for himself properly that way. But you can't undeny he's got his weaknesses, but he's also got his strengths. But all commentary members have their downside and their upside.
Yeah.
Wade Barrett's one of them. 1 minute he's loving Drew, next minute he's hating Drew, wants to come back in the ring, but now he's doing play on commentary. So like, well, what's going on there then?
That's Wade Barrett for you.
And but obviously on Raw, we've had like with Pat McAfee doing college football. We've had people come in, and it's not been the same because everyone's used to Pat and Michael.
Yeah.
They are the two top people.
They're two peas in the pod.
They know how to work with each other.
Yeah.
They get each other's drift. If one messes up, the other one goes, look, don't worry about it. It's fine.
Yeah.
Like Michael Cole and Pat McAfee didn't actually like each other before, because I was watching Logan's
Impulsive
podcast with Michael Cole, and he said the first interaction he had with Pat McAfee when they were going out, Pat McAfee was in shorts.
Oh, yeah.
And then it was him that brought him back and whatever, but they managed to do what they needed to do and they go on with it, and now they're best friends. So it could be Wade goes back into doing in-ring return. Who's going to take his spot? Is Booker T going to get the call up?
I'll probably say Vic Joseph from NXT, because where he's actually been.
But I think ain't he doing LFG commentary or Evolve commentary?
I think it's
when they come and do that over here.
I don't know. I didn't really read up on that. From what I've told was that he's staying on NXT.
Well, I've seen reports that he's moving over to either Evolve or LFG commentary. And it won't be LFG, because LFG, their superstars have only just been recently put into. Do you know how you've got The Voice, where it's Team will.i.am, whatever? Yeah. Well, for them, it's Team Undertaker, Team Bubba, Team Mickey, Team Booker. So they've only done that, so it won't be them just yet. But so I think it might be Evolve, where the commentary teams are going. And I think Vic Joseph is the main one going over there to do that. Again, let me know in the comments if I'm correct or not, because I think I'm correct on it, but I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
Staying on the topic of 2025, who do you think deserves a massive push? We've had the Jey Uso push from last year carrying into this year.
I reckon give AJ Styles the push again, because he's a very high caliber superstar. The last time he was a world champion was
2016 when he beat Jinder.
No, he beat Jinder in 2017.
Was that the last time he was a main champion?
I think so. I could be wrong.
I don't think I've seen him with a main title since 2017.
No,
2016, 2017.
He deserves another run with the title. I know he's at the age now, but he's old, and his body might be breaking down. But you know, AJ, he's the warrior.
As much as I hate to say this, I think Logan deserves a push.
Logan Paul. I mean,
As much as people can sit there and hate on him, since coming in from being known as a boxer, as a YouTuber, he's actually solidified himself. Like his first proper fight against someone singly was Roman. Who puts that on themselves to go for the main champion
yeah,
on your first pay-per-view and your first singles match?
yeah.
And he put on a very good performance. He put on a very good performance at WrestleMania.
We all sat there and thought, oh, this is going to be a squash match. He's going to lose in 6 seconds, something like that.
Exactly.
But
It went on for a while. He's also had a banger with Seth at WrestleMania. Everything that he's done gets underlooked by people because he's a heel, but his ring work and his love for the passion, that his love for the sport, it you can see it's there.
Yeah.
You can see it's there. The spot at the Rumble with Ricochet,
Oh, yeah, when they both
when they went side by side, him saving Ray from breaking his neck.
Yes.
The
viral
moonsault on LA Knight.
Yeah.
Again, everything he does, he's making moments.
Yeah.
Does he deserve a push? Yes. Is he gonna get the push? No.
No.
Because there's so many people there that can easily just go bang. Like in NXT, the first push that we saw properly was Obafemi.
Yeah.
He come in, made a name for himself, walked out North American champion,
Yeah.
dropped the North American championship, now NXT world champion.
Yeah.
Like, it's happened that quick. So he deserves a push, yes. Is he going to get it? No.
Yeah, it's the same with Stephanie Fakir and Julia. They both walked into the company on NXT. Now they're both women's North
No, but they've made a name for themselves. They didn't, like, everyone knows of the caliber, but when them two, now they've got the title, they can help people elevate themselves in the ring better because they've got years of experience. Obafemi don't have years of experience.
Yeah.
He's literally got, like, I think it's like 3, 4, 5 months, something like that.
Yeah.
But obviously he knows what he's doing. Obviously he wouldn't be champion, but for me it was too quick.
Yeah.
It was too quick. They shouldn't have done that. They should have give it to someone else. Kept Trick champion, but then pushed other people to go after him, like Ethan Page. Now you've got Ricky Saints, formerly known as
Ricky Starks.
But there's, but going back to it, like you Julia and Stephanie, they can get Jordan Grace recently signed.
Yes.
She knows what it's like to be a main champion.
She does.
She's got the build. She's got the muscle mass to go with it. Very good wrestler. Again, she goes under the radar. But again, she can get elevated by Julia or Stephanie, who have got the years of experience and stuff like that. Like Julia's been here, there, and everywhere.
Yeah.
Stephanie's been here, there, and everywhere. When they returned, like when they made their come to NXT, the building just erupted because they know who they are.
Yes.
But Zarya is another one. Best friends with Rhea. They work with each other because she's Australian. They know how each other work. But she can help elevate. Hence, her partner Sol Ruka. She's made a name for herself, but she can make her name bigger and better working with someone of Zarya's level. So, but going back to the Obafemi one, there's so many more people like Javon Evans.
He's made a name for himself.
Exactly. And he hasn't been given anything yet. But Obafemi just walked in and was like, bang, 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 done.
Yeah.
Like that quick. It literally just got handed to him. But if you're going to do that with Obafemi, why aren't you doing it with Jacob Fatu?
Yeah.
It don't make sense.
It don't.
But the feud that I'm happy to see, AJ Styles and Bron Breakker.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Because you got an up and coming rising superstar in Bron Breakker
And
against a veteran who has pretty much won everything there is, other than I think the United States title.
He's Grand Slam champion.
But yeah, like he's won everything again. But he's got the up and coming rising. No one runs them ropes quicker than him.
No, 23 miles per hour is.
He was faster last night
against Dom. What was his speed last night?
28.
28.
Because he hates Dom.
Wow. I mean, he don't like Dom.
There might be people on there that watch and they like Dom, so but,
I mean, if-
we are I am the biggest Dominic hater.
You hate you.
I can't stand him. He literally got given his chance by his dad to go into the company, and he should have gone to NXT. He shouldn't have been called up straight away.
Mhm.
People love him now, yeah, because he's had Rhea, he's now got Liv, but he hasn't done anything by himself.
No.
And this is where I can see Finn. I can hear what Finn's saying about it, because he got tag title with his dad, turned on him, went to the Judgment Day, had Rhea and Damien and Finn, but still getting help. Do something on your own.
Yeah.
The only thing he did win he didn't even win on his own when he went to NXT and become North American champion. He had Rhea's help.
Rhea's help. Yeah.
But yeah, but yeah, 28 miles an hour run yesterday.
Do we think this would lead to AJ versus Braun versus Storm at Mania, or AJ versus Braun?
Personally, I want it to be AJ and Braun. But I know Dom's going to worm his way in some way, because he's going to get Liv to pull the strings, as always.
Yeah.
Because, he can't do anything on his own. But talking of Judgment Day, new member?
Well, we know Finn said no new members. He doesn't want any more new members, but Dom does. And I think if we are going to get a new member, could it be Aleister Black?
Could be, but I personally think it will either be Logan or AJ.
Do you reckon AJ is going to do it, pull a Finn Balor?
Well, them two have worked together, AJ and Finn Balor Club.
Oh yeah, and they were tag team partners with Liv Morgan against the Judgment Day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I see it more being Logan, because Logan really, really, really wants to work with Dom, because them two will be the most hated people in the world, which they are now.
Yeah.
But them as a tag team.
Yeah. It would be crazy.
But they know what they're doing. They're good at the job. That's the problem.
That's
but again, it's different gravy. It really is.
It is.
But yeah, apart from that, the only thing we've got mainly left to talk about is what's your thoughts and opinions on pay-per-views now being in Europe?
I think it's good.
They're going global.
I think they're making profit out of it. They're making very good profit out of it, and I think it gives European fans experience at a show.
The best one they've done,
France.
I think, yeah,
France.
Backlash.
They were the loudest. As much as we were loud, they were louder.
It wasn't just them though. You've also got the likes of Puerto Rico as well.
Puerto Rico was like, when Bad Bunny came out, I couldn't hear the TV.
Exactly.
But
them now going global with pay-per-views, it attracts a new audience that they might not really see as much.
Well, I know,
because obviously wrestling itself, like WWE, yeah, it's a global company. They know, but it's mainly only ever been in Canada and America. So
yeah,
and now they're going global with it. It's different because you're enticing a new audience, and if they kick off like France did, they will go back.
Yeah,
like I think they're doing. Is it
Clash in France?
Clash in Paris. I think.
Clash in Paris. Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah.
But they've got another one. London are going to have another one.
And then Germany, I think Backlash, or Mexico again, Backlash.
That's what I mean. So now they're enticing new audience and also giving superstars the chance to go back home. Yeah. Elimination Chamber in Australia. Yeah. Rhea went back home. Unfortunately, Bronson went on the card, but that's because he had family commitments and stuff like that. But he would have been on the card. But he's giving these superstars a chance to go home, like with Mexico being another one to get a pay-per-view. You got like the likes of Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee, or Penta, another one. Like all these superstars, they get to go home so they can spend time in their narrative country and just have fun, but also do their job and earn money. That's it. So them going global with it is probably been the best thing that they've done, other than joining forces with Netflix.
That's it, yeah.
Because since joining Netflix, it's better because you don't have to wait around for adverts.
That's it.
You can get ad-free on Netflix.
Yeah.
But it's more time and stuff like that, where if you was watching it on TNT Sports in the UK, you get adverts every 5-10 minutes. Yeah. So it was just wasting time. But now we actually get to see more on the TV.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, It's the transfer window. Well, did you have any thoughts and opinions? Any
I mean,
surprises?
I'm happy with the superstars that come over. Like, I reckon Drew needed the change to SmackDown. Same with Braun and Selena.
Same with Damien. He done everything.
Damien, yeah.
He done everything on Raw that he could. He
Yeah.
he finished his feud like he said he was gonna do, and now he's been given a chance to prove himself and make a name for himself.
And
over on SmackDown.
even with Raw, like, you know, the likes of Bailey, AJ Styles, Bailey, A-Town Down Under. I think all these superstars deserve to have a change because it will give them some new storylines and see how they do on that brand and if they can stay on that brand.
Exactly. You gotta try and make a name for yourself.
That's it.
But after Lyra's fight with Ivy, do you see any more contenders? I do, but let's see if we can cross paths here.
I'm trying to remember. Maybe someone like Bailey, I think, would be a good contender. Because it would give her, like, step away from the main title for a minute, and then they go for a mid-card title, and then see how I do, and then go to solidify back into
I'm going to throw a rogue one out. Kairi Sane.
I was just thinking
Kairi or... but staying away from the damage control, obviously, because obviously Dakota's had chances and stuff like that,
Yeah.
like twice, and she's lost to Lyra twice. Staying away. I can see a rogue one coming from NXT, though.
Tatum
Paxley.
Tatum Paxley. Oh, yeah, because them two used to be best friends, didn't they? Yeah.
You've had Tatum, but then other than that, you can see the likes of what's her name, Shotzi.
Shotzi.
She can come back.
GG.
Exactly. Like, there's superstars out there that can get a push. But if you're thinking of anyone on Raw, mainly, the one that I think deserves just a chance. You might disagree with me, but at least give her a chance. Maxine Dupree. Because she's going up against someone of Lyra's capability or what she can do. But how can Maxine make a name for herself just by doing TikTok dances?
That's it.
Because what she done in the Rumble was amazing.
Yeah.
What she's done when she has been in the ring, yeah, some people class it as cringy, yourself, whatever. But you've all got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
And she has shown hints of like, okay, yeah, we're getting somewhere. But for her to actually like give it like have a chance, put her in the ring of someone of Lyra's capability of doing, like on Lyra's level of what she can do.
Yeah.
Because else are you meant to elevate yourself to become a champion or just become someone who's known?
Yeah.
If you don't get put on the card. I know it's a rogue shout, but I personally think she should be given a chance.
As much as I find her cringe, she has improved quite a lot since Chad left the group.
Exactly.
And she's taken charge.
As I said, like you've all got to make a name somewhere along the
Yeah.
line. Everyone can start at cringy. Look at John Cena when he first came into it. That guy was cringe.
Yeah.
He really was.
Prototype.
He was just a kid that just wanted to wrestle.
Yeah.
And he answered Kurt Angle's challenge.
Yeah.
And now look at him.
Biggest star of the company.
This is 16-time world champion.
Going on 17 at some point.
Exactly. Like,
Yeah.
you've all got to start somewhere.
That's it.
And for her to start somewhere, put her in the mid card fray.
That's
Don't
it.
put her in the world title scene. Put her in
No.
the mid card fray. That's what that title's there for. It's helped. Chelsea Green was another one. She was cringe.
Yeah.
She's now a champion.
Yeah.
And she's making a name for herself. So why can't, if you're doing it over there, why can't you do it for Maxine?
That's it.
Why are you using her as a manager
That's it.
when she wants to again? I mean, you can see it.
That's it.
But yeah, other than that,
I think,
we've covered everything that
yeah.
we can possibly remember.
Let us know in the comments what you thought of today's episode. Give us a like, comment, subscribe. Would be much appreciated.
And we will be back next Tuesday around about 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you.